Well, hey there, what's up? It's Scott, and in today's brand building tip, we're gonna be talking all about, once again, list building. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about all of the various different components that you need to understand, but you also need to install into your business. And some of them you are technically installing them, but other ones you're just implementing them, all right? And that's what I wanna cover here in this whiteboard video. Because if you understand how all of this ties together, you can create pretty much an automated machine, but you also will have the different components in place to make this happen. And this way here, when you build that list, you will be able to then communicate with that list and then also sell more products eventually if you do it right. So if you're interested in that, stick around because that's what we're gonna cover here on the whiteboard. All right, so let's dig in here. So the first thing that we need to understand when we're doing this is there are certain pages, but there's also certain things in our sequence, in our follow-up, that need to be installed as well, all right? And installed means just create, all right? So in this case, let's start right here. Page number 1, you need a place to send people, all right? Now, this little bubble here is your traffic, all right? So we've talked about various traffic sources on other videos. If you missed those, I will link them up in the description. But there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's your blog. There's all different kinds of traffic, all right? But we need to have that traffic. And then once we have the traffic, we got to build this so then people can go through this process or get entered into our brand. And then we can start to communicate with them, all right? So page number 1 is your offer page, but it's also your email capture page, all right? And you've probably seen one of these, all right? Where you go to this page, it says whatever it is that you were led there to think that you're going to receive. So again, if the traffic was Facebook, and in my Facebook ad, I said 5 tips to catch more bass, well then on this page, it's going to reinstate what we just talked about, and it's also going to present the offer, same offer we got on the traffic side, right? That has to match. And then from there, we are going to ask them to enter their name and email address to receive it. All right, page number 1, boom, there it is, okay? Now, page number 2, it's very simple. It connects them to or sends them to a thank you page. And this can be automated, all right? Now, there's various tools out there that do it, but you can just basically send them, to a regular web page. But in order to make this trigger, so when this happens, this email capture happens, it triggers this here, so this way here, page 2 is popped up, okay? So it sends them from here to here automatically. Now, we have a plugin that we created for WordPress called Giveaway Boost. It's actually in the 2.0 version now, where we have these page builders basically, and then also we have a place where you can create landing pages for offers, coupons, stuff like that. But again, if you want any more information on that, I will go ahead and link that up in the description. But this here, we need these 2 pages in place immediately, all right? We need the traffic, but before we even know where to send the traffic, we got to have these pages built, at least these 2 pages built. Offer, email capture, thank you page. The thank you is just going to say, hey, thanks so much. And then it's going to let them know to go to their email and receive the download. Or maybe it is, hey, go here to get your coupon code. Let's say, for example, we offered a 50% off discount on our garlic press. Well, then on this page, it would have the coupon code, maybe it's a group code, and then we would have a link to our listing. All right, so you could do this for building an email list for a download, or you can do it for a contest, or you can do it for a 50% off discount, or 40%, whatever you want it to be. The thank you page will just deliver what they were receiving over here, and then also it will remind them that we just sent something to them in an email. Maybe that's the code. Maybe that is the download, whatever it is. But this is a way for you to say, it went through, we've got your email address, and we are sending you what we promised. Or here is what we promised, and we've also sent you an email with more details, something like that. And then this will trigger, once we have this set up over here on page 1, where we have the email capture form set up, then we need the thank you page, that gets triggered, but this automatically will send the email once we get our email list because we've set up an auto sequence, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, so page 1, page 2, okay, so we've offer, email capture, thank you, and then it puts them on an email list. Now I have CK here for ConvertKit. That's what we're using in our brand, okay? So ConvertKit, what that does is it allows us to install that form on this page, and then once it gets entered, we can set up a trigger that says, put them on this list. And then also, now what we can do is inside of ConvertKit, we can then say, as soon as they are on our email list, immediately send them a message, okay? That's what we call an autoresponder. This is our auto sequence. We usually build this out with 4 messages, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, some more building blocks, because what happens here is we automate this process. This will maybe deliver what we promised here, maybe just a reminder, or if it's a contest, we say, hey, just want to let you know that you're entered, everything went through fine, and you have more ways to enter by going here. And then we send them maybe back to the thank you page, which also lets them know that they can go watch our YouTube video, or they can subscribe to our YouTube channel and get more entries, whatever it is. Or maybe it says, hey, if you forgot your code, or if you missed your code or your chance to get the discount, here it is again. So we're basically just taking the thank you page and installing it inside of this one follow-up message. But again, that's triggered automatically. So the minute that we have page 1 set up, we can set these triggers in a sense to where thank you page, email list, triggers to send the first message. All right. Now we can also now start to set these in different increments. If we want this to get sent out 3 days later on message number 2, we can do that, all right? And then what'll happen is we can, again, send them whatever we want. We can send them more information. We can send them more tips. We can let them know a little bit about our story, about our mission, whatever it is about our brand. And these emails right here are really either reminders about what they got to make sure that they received it, or if they have any questions, but also it's a way for you to start to connect with them. All right, and this is where you can really start to get that relationship built, but you also get the people to know, like, and trust you and your brand. So that's these auto sequences. I think you should sit down and write 4 emails and install them in your autoresponder. Now there's Aweber, there's ConvertKit, there is MailChimp, there's a bunch of other ones, okay, out there. Those are one of the more popular ones. I've used Aweber for years. ClickFunnels has a version of that where it connects to another program called SendGrid. But to make this really simple, ConvertKit, super easy, and it gives you a lot of cool features inside of there. If you want more information on ConvertKit, I am an affiliate for it. You can go through my link, and you can do that by going in the description down below. It's theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit. All right, but just use an autoresponder, okay? I don't care what it is. Connect that here so it triggers once they get on your email list with email number 1, okay? Really important. And then have that start to go. Now, the other question I got was, Scott, all right, now that I got them on my email list, do I send them an autoresponder messaging sequence, or do I send them broadcasts? So what's the difference between an auto message and a broadcast? An auto means that I've basically pre-written these. And there's ways that you can write these, which I'll do more videos on those in the future, but there's ways to write these so that way they're natural. They also can be conversation starters, which is really cool. But a broadcast means that I can write up an email right now and hit send and send it to everyone on my list, all right, with one click of a button. The difference is that's only gonna get sent out once and when I tell it to. This here is going to get sent out automatically. So if someone joins here today, they're going to get that message. If someone joins us 7 days from now, they're going to now get message number 1. The person that came in 7 days ago might be down here or here or here, okay, in that sequence. But then I can send a broadcast to someone that entered their email today and someone that entered it 2 weeks ago, all right? That's how a broadcast works, all right? So broadcasts are more timely. All right. What I like to do also with the broadcast is do a weekly broadcast of what's been new, what's been added to the blog or to the YouTube channel. It's a way for you to communicate and give them weekly updates. The other thing is you want to stay in touch with these people, and you don't want to let it go a month or 2 or 3 because then you're forgotten. All right. So definitely the auto sequence, and then from here the broadcast. And some people say, well, Scott, isn't that too much? No, if you're delivering value, I don't believe it is. And if it is too much, they'll let you know. They'll unsubscribe, and that's fine. Right? We want people on our list that want to hear from us, but we also want to deliver the value to those people. So again, just to recap here, all right? Traffic, obviously, all right? Page number 1, page number 2. That's really the only 2 pages that you need. And then from there, we're going to have them on an email list. And then from there, we're going to be able to message them through email. And then also in these emails, they can then direct them back to our content if we choose to. Again, I didn't want to get into that really here because I've already done that in past branding tip stuff. But what I wanted to do is just really give you the building blocks and something that you could put in place very easily. This here, if you sat down and wrote these emails, don't even worry about the broadcast right now, and you set up these other things, you could do that in an afternoon, all right? And this can be installed. This is now this machine in a sense that once you have traffic, you can send it to it, and then from here, it just leads people through and educates them while you're pretty much sleeping. All right, and you've heard that, well, make money while you're sleeping. I don't believe in that, but I do believe in this, and yes, this can turn into money eventually, because in here, eventually we can have some offers in there, and then that could be making you sales while you sleep. All right, so anyway, if you have any questions about this, please drop them in the comments. I want to know, so this way here, I make sure that I'm being clear and you're understanding how all this fits together and ties together, all right? The other thing I want you to do is subscribe to the channel, all right? If you want more video training like this about brand building tips or even just e-commerce in general, digital marketing, all right, I want you to subscribe to the channel. This way here, you never miss any of our upcoming videos here on this YouTube channel. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up, guys. As always, remember, take care and take action. I'll see you in the next training.